Coach, I know you start the 5 best guys based on what they show in practice, but as a sidebar to that, did you hope that the starting unit that you put out sent a message to some of the other guys who didn't end up starting?
No messages. The guys that practice the best play. I mean, that's the deal. So those guys in practice the most consistent, practice the best, so they were the guys that deserve to start.
What'd you make of Alani's Steve?
Pretty good for a young guy. He still made some freshman kind of mistakes, got a little nervous in a couple times and put his head down a little bit maybe, on things he doesn't do in practice. But overall for his first ever game, I thought he played really well.
Was that part of the game plan going into not have the offensive line go out there consecutively each series to switch them back?
Well, basically it was just a product of people have not separated themselves in practice yet. So we're kind of like on round 13 of a championship bout, and we're just one judge scores at 155 to 153, the next judge 152 to 155. And I don't know who won. I mean, everybody thinks the different guy won. So I'm just waiting for somebody to quit throwing body blows and throw some knockout punches.
When you look at the groups as opposed to individuals, were there any groups that kind of separated themselves on film Saturday?
Oh, not really. I played a lot of different combinations of people. We all kind of graded similar. So, we're probably in the same mode for this next game, and I'm just trying to let these guys decide it on the field, on the practice field with their practice, and on the game field with their play.
What do you think of the physicality?
Average. It was like okay. I mean,
for first game or just in general?
No, just in general. I mean, just at times it was there. At times, we certainly can improve.
What's been the preparation as far as kind of shuffling around and moving guys around that you've had to kind of instill at practice, and even going back to last year to get these guys kind of ready to do that?
I mean, it's basically just reps at different spots, and so you have to be intentional when you come out every day about what your plan is for how you're going to rep people. And so we have a plan for that every day and try to get guys a certain number of reps at different spots. And some of that, is down the line. You're building depth for, if you do get injuries, so guys can move to different positions and not be the first time to play it.
At this point in the season, are you encouraged by the fact that no one's separated, or do you wish?
Well, you can look at it two ways. You can be discouraged by it and wait for somebody, and be like somebody needs to step forward with consistency of their play, or you can also look at it from the standpoint the guys are playing pretty good and they're battling, and you got more than one guy that's in there playing at a pretty high level. So that's the way I kind of take it, as a second way. But we still, I feel like we have some guys that have the ability to separate, and hopefully we're going to do that over the next few weeks.
What are you looking for as far as separation these next couple of games? What specific kind of traits are you looking for?
Yeah, just consistency of assignment and technique, and and really, I call it operating. It's the best offensive linemen, even when they lose slowly. When you have a fast loss and there's someone free in the backfield, the whole play's messed up. You only have a chance for someone else to make it right. We got a guy behind us that's pretty good at making them right, and so we just got to be more consistent at executing our assignment and operating.
Caleb's a guy who can give you some kind of uncommon reps in game situations. How much do you guys practice maybe those extended plays, and what's the challenge for alignment for those types of plays?
Well, we practice those a lot. I mean, because it happens while he's out here playing against, on live work against our defense. The challenge is that you have to be, when your quarterback is as elusive as Caleb is and loves to extend plays like he does. I think one of the biggest challenges is just you're on a guy, you're blocking him, and all of a sudden the quarterback separates from the pocket. You can get holding calls. You have to really be in tune that when you feel your guy separated, you have to let go. And that happened to us Saturday on one. But you just got to be in tune, and you feel your guys start to run, that's because our guy's running, and you got to let go.
In your experience, how rare is it to have this much competition go into the second week of the season? Is this something that's happened before?
Yeah, I mean, it has happened before. I've had a few lines where I felt like I had, 7, 8 guys that were that were good enough to play. But you know, we're just going to keep competing, and you know, I think the silver lining in this is maybe you know, obviously you're getting a chance to build your depth. You know, sometimes your depth comes into the game. They haven't repped a lot. You know, so the silver lining in this is that, you know, whenever we do get settled, however that plays out, you know, the guys that will be coming in the game after that have gotten a few reps under the belt in live action.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.